Good morning, all my friends of the sea. You know who this is, right? It's Mark, Waist Deep Wade Fishing, Southwest Florida. We are at gorgeous Bokeelia Island. Look at it. Coconuts, palm trees, beautiful sand. It doesn't get any better than this. I just want you guys just to take a view, take a look at how beautiful my backyard is. If you guys ever get a chance to come on down to Bokeelia, and you like the water and you want to relax for a week and you want to, act like you're in the Bahamas, but you're still in Florida, then Bokeelia Island is where you want to be. The fishing is fantastic. The water, I mean, just look. It's just gorgeous. Gorgeous. With all the mangrove trees, just a really, really beautiful area. So let's jump into it. Let me explain to you what the differences are and why it matters. Okay. Today, just to give you an instance, or an example, I should say, we've got crystal clear water. Okay. Now, I want something that's going to, represent the bait fish that's in the water. I don't want something that's going to, scream out loud. I don't want something that's going to be too loud because the water is not that choppy. Okay. I want something that's going to look as real as possible, yet attract the fish, and work in this water clarity, which is absolutely gin clear. So for an example, I wouldn't go to my go-to favorite plug of all time, the Sheep Pup. Why? It's loud. It's just too loud. Now the silver bottom will work with the sunlight, but that's just that rattle is too obnoxious. So in this scenario, because I have light water and I have low chop, my two go-tos would be the Heat and Spook Junior or the Heat and Spook One Knocker. And the colors that I would use in this type of water, I would use the clear silver side with the chartreuse bottom. That's the One Knocker. Or I would go with the bone with the silver, with the iridescent sides, the Super Spook Junior with the red eyes. Those would be my two choices on a day like today. Not much sun, not much clouds, almost a bluebird skies. These would be the two plugs that I would use. Now, if I was in darker, muddier water, or let's throw another scenario out there. If I was in the same clarity of water, maybe a little bit more clouds, but a little bit rougher out there, well, then I would go with the Sheep Pup in the chartreuse back, silver bottom, red neck, and a higher pitch. And the reason being is it's more turbulent. So sound travels faster in the water. So therefore I would go with a louder sounding plug, but stick to the lighter colors because the clarity of the water. So let me throw another scenario at you. Let's say we're in the summer months here in Florida and we're getting our rains every day. The water has become tannic. The clarity is gone. Kind of similar to iced tea. It's mudded up. The clarity is, let's say here where the clarity would be, 99%. Let's say in the summer the clarity would be at like 40%. Well, then I would go over to, of course, you want that loud knock because sound travels. They're not going to be able to see it, but you want them to hear it. So I'd go to the Sheep Pup with the red top because the contrast of the red will stand out in dark water, and possibly a gold bottom because the water is tannic. And a lot of the bait fish in the water are going to have a goldish tint to them. Or I would go with a purple, is a good color. black, jet black, is a good color. But if it is dark water, I would suggest, you know, if it's mudded up and and it's turbulent, definitely, again, my go-to is the sheep pup. It's because of that rattle. That rattle really calls them in, you know. And I mean, I'll show you, for the exception of one plug, because I knew it wasn't going to be dark water today, I'm going to show you what I brought with me for my excursion. The sheep pup with the chartreuse back, the chrome bottom, and the red neck. We've got the saltwater version of the Super Spook Junior in the bone and iridescent side, the foil, as you can see in the light, changes colors. But this plug is a much more subtle knock to it compared to the sheep pup. Then I have the, and I brought this just in case the water was a little stained. This is the chartreuse back, red head, gold bottom sheep pup. Didn't use it today, didn't have to. And then of course I brought the Heaton saltwater Super Spook Junior with the clear sides, with the silver foil, and the chartreuse top and bottom, and the red gills. And these are excellent plugs. So, you know, don't believe the myths that people tell you need this color or that color. Just stick to the program. If the water is dark, throw a plug that will contrast the water. You know, if you're in clear water or lightly silted water, you know, go with greens, whites, chartreuses. If it's turbulent and you've got wave action, well, then you want to use something, stay with those colors if the clarity is clear, but you want something with a higher knock. If the water is quiet and there's not much activity, not much wind, well, then you want to go with more of a subtle knock so it doesn't spook off the fish. I hope, you know, this helps you guys while you're out there. You know, a lot of people had questions about top waters and does color matter? It absolutely does. Again, you know, these plugs, you know, they don't stay straight in the water. They're going to walk, they're gonna turn on their sides, they're gonna pop, they're gonna go back, they're gonna go forward, they're gonna dive up, they're gonna, you know, dive down, dive up. They're constantly moving. So the fish, if the water is clear, they're going to see the plug, okay? And if they can't see the plug, well, then you wanna use something that will contrast and will give the fish the ability to see the plug. Therefore, in return, cause more strikes and more fish on the end of your line. All right, guys, I hope you liked that little interview about top waters, and I threw in a little bonus trout catching footage. So stay tuned. Fish on. A little bit better trout. A little bit better. Tide's moving in, they're getting a little bit larger. It's a nice one. We'll calm down a minute. Come here. There you go. All right, nice little trout. Look at how crystal clear that water is. It's literally like the Bahamas. look at him go. There he goes. All right, so we're working along this grass edge here. Oh, there's a hit. There's one. He's small. But there is a couple of trout out there. Here's a little guy. Small trout over here. So I came out here today just to see how, you know, what the fishing was doing on this side. It seems like because of the wind, everything has blown to the east. So I mean, it's spots holding fish, but not like the east wall is.